Welcome along to the 6th session of the Strength and Balance series. So we've got 2 more sessions after this one. We're starting off in a seated position as we have been throughout the series. So I want you to start off starting at the front of your chair. So I'll just move my chair so you can see. I want you to bring yourself to that front edge so the back of the legs are free of the chair. And just take a moment, just feel your feet on the ground. And I want you just to sit up tall so you raise that chest bone. Keep the eyes looking straight ahead. And just get a sense of being really open in your stance, in your posture, in your seated position here. Then all we're going to do from there is just drop our arms down by our side, and we're going to raise those shoulder blades up, and then drop them back down. And what we're going to do as we drop them down is we're going to tilt the head to the side, so we get a little bit of a neck stretch as we go. So up, head to the middle, down, tilt the head to the side. So just getting a good stretch into the side of the neck and also into those trapezius muscles if they're at all tight there as well. That back of the shoulder, upper shoulder. Focus on your breathing as you do this. Stay relaxed. Really let those arms hang heavy each time. Okay, the last one there. And then from here, turn your palms to face forward and just draw your arms up. So just up above your head. So if you can clasp them together, that's great. If not, just as far as you can go. Up and then back down. Keep that body long, that spine long as you do this. Belly button drawn to spine so you're not arching your back. Bringing that up. Fantastic. So stay relaxed in the breathing. We're getting those shoulder muscles working a little bit here. And just that upper body. Okay, next one, turn your elbows. So you're bending your elbows and take yourself to here. Hands together and then squeeze the elbows back and down. Up. Touch the fingertips. Down. So we squeeze into the mid-back, shoulder blades together. And our feet are strongly in contact with our ground, our bottom is on the chair, and we're relaxed in that seated position. Okay, let's take that down. Give that a little loosen off. Then take your awareness to your feet so you can take your hands on the chair. You're just going to tilt one heel up and then the other. Sitting tall as we do this. So this is just more mobilizing. This is not so much going to cause any difficulty or make it hard for you, but it's just to get the ankle joints loosened off. But then we're going to progress that by lifting. So we lift the foot off the ground. Lift and lift. And we want to avoid leaning back with the lift. So we want to avoid this movement, but keep this body still as we raise up. Up and up. So the chest bone is up and the belly button is drawn in. And then we're going to extend that. So up, extend away, in, down. Up, extend away, in and down. That's our movement. Again, stay strong through this midsection here. Belly button is drawn to spine. So that just means you're going to engage those deeper muscles to activate and support the movement. How is your breathing? Stay relaxed with that breath. Okay, ease out of that. Take your hands to your thighs, bring your feet together, and then hands on the inside the thighs. All we're going to do from there is a little dynamic stretch. Take the knees apart, draw them together. So we get a stretch into the inside of the thighs. So we just draw them apart. And we can lift the heels as we do that as well. We're really just opening out that inner thigh area. Okay, last one there. And then down. Toes under the knees. We're up tall. We're going to come up to standing now. So we're at this front edge of this chair still. We'll lean, push down, and bring yourself up to a standing position. Now you've got your chair for support if you need it. If you don't, you obviously move that out of the way. And then just take a moment just to drop the weight to your feet in a standing position. And we're going to take our hands across, so we're holding the forearms. So my knees are slightly bent, I just change my angle, so we're just not locking the legs out. And then turning the body. Turning. So a bit of a twist through the body. Shoulders are relaxed and down. Breathing is relaxed. This just works a little bit into the thoracic, so the mid-back. And gently twisting the torso. Okay, ease ourselves out of that. Bring our arms down and then stretching up and across. Other side, same thing. Now with these stretches, if you feel, I want to hold that longer, that doesn't feel long enough for me, and you want a slightly longer stretch, then you just do that. Hold it for however long you feel. Excellent. Last one there. Ease out of that. Let's take those feet a little wider, and then from here we're just going to lean left to right. So the knees stay tracking over the toes. We're just warming up these leg muscles and particularly stretching into the inner thigh again. So this dynamic movement as we do it. Push up strongly through the feet. And what we can do with this, and we want to keep the back long as we do it, but we can reach with it. So you'll see I'm keeping my head and chest up, but I'm reaching across with my hand towards the knee. I want to keep that back long. If you feel able, you can make your width of the stance wider, or if it feels too much, you make the width of the stance narrower. And then we're going to bring that arm back behind with the movement. Arm back behind. Okay. Relax out of that. Take your feet back in and we'll just ease them out of that. A little bit of a balancing dynamic movement next is we're just going to lift and take the foot back and forward. So almost a little bit like we're stepping over a little fence. Forward and back. Forward and back. So this again, working quite a little bit into this inside the leg this morning. And then we're going to switch and do the same on the other side. So we bring it over and forward. So back and then forward. So it's opening out the hip area, but also working the balance to maintain that stability through the movement. Excellent. Couple more there. And relax out of that and shake off those legs. Okay, let's start to move the body a little bit more here. So we'll just very initially begin by sidestepping. So taking your step across the body, nice and light with the feet as we step. And as we do that, we're just going to bring our arms back. So rowing action back. I'll change my angle slightly for a second. So we're bringing those elbows back behind. Light on the feet as we do that. And then we're going to change that into kick. So we're going to heel kick up towards the bottom. Heel kick. Heel kick. Nice and flowing move. Take the arms out, just the legs, and then we're going to just do a little bit more of a spring with the movement if you can. So if you're able, you're up on the toe, but if that's too much, then don't worry about that. And ease out of that one there, taking that down into just a marching movement, just changing the plane of movement, giving the muscles you're working there a little rest. And we're going to swing those straight arms and take them a little bit higher. So up and down. So a little bit robotic, but getting the blood flowing. And we're all the time lifting these feet quite high, so we're getting them off the ground, we're creating clearance. So we're getting used to lifting those feet. Up and up. Okay, and then down, and then bringing that to a stop there. Into side tap. As we tap, we're going to reach across. Tap and reach. Tap and reach. And again, up to you how big you make this movement. Could be small, like so, or much bigger movements. Tap and reach. We're going to reach a little higher. And then a little higher still. And right across. Nice flowing movements. Feel the muscles that are working. Clock if there's any difference from one side to the other. And down. And down. And bring that to a stop there. Okay, walking again on the spot. Keeping it light. We're going to do our step and out opposite ways. So imagining we're inside a box or a little rectangular square. Rectangular square is not really a thing, but inside a little shoebox you can imagine, and you're going to step your feet out of the shoebox and then back in. It's more just on the ground. So we're just moving our feet in opposite directions. So you imagine you're inside a box, you take your feet out, and that's our movement. And we're just going to see if we can just increase that movement a little bit faster. Adjusting these feet. Very good. And then we're going to change our lead leg. So I've been leading with this leg. I'm going to lead with the other one. And up to you. This could be quite slow and methodical. Just making sure you're getting the movements right. Or if you've got the hang of it, you go a little faster, moving those feet. Point of this exercise is to be able to adjust our feet quickly. We're moving laterally, so we're getting those muscles on the side of the body working as well, through the knees and the ankles and the hips. Okay, last one there. Back to a walk. So feel those lower legs having done a bit of work there. We're going to march it and exaggerate those arms. And then we're going to exaggerate the knees up high. High knees, a little bit slower, but much bigger movements. So we're tall as we do this. Chest bones up, head is up. We're not looking down at the ground if we can. Staying relaxed in the shoulders as well, so we're not scrunching up the shoulders. How's your breathing? Nice flowing movements through this morning. As we bring that down, we're going to go next into swing opposite arm and leg. Stretch and open. Stretch and open. Flowing. Very good. And 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Bringing that down, keeping it nice and light. Then from here, we're going to just do a little tap, outside ankle. So outside of the heel, tap, other arm up. So elbow up, other side. Stretching that side of the body. Again, flowing movement. And we're going to change to inside of the heel. So next we go from here, we go tap inside. Now you might not reach it, you don't want to fold over your back, so keep this chest up, keep the head up, and then it's maybe you just bring it to knee, that might be enough, or part with the leg, or if you're able then you're tapping that heel. Very good. 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Walking that out. Keeping the body moving. So we're moving the body the whole time here. But you can have little rests anytime you need. If you need a drink of water, you just grab one. Okay, next we're going to do is a little step lunge, spring back, spring, and back. So you want to make sure the knees don't go too far past the toes. We don't want them past the toes really at all here. We want to more drop that back knee if anything's happening. Spring back up tall. Spring back up tall. And then obviously you find the level for yourself on this one. Is it just a small step or a bigger step? Or are you feeling very strong and you're going into very big? So everyone will be able to work themselves to the level they need. If you find it too easy, you just need to make those movements bigger. Likewise, smaller if it's too much. Good. 3, 2, 2, and 1, and 1. Excellent. Back into a march. Feel those legs working a little bit on that one, on the thighs. And then we're going to take ourselves into side step behind. So side step behind. So this is going to work those glute muscles on the inside, the upper leg there by the hip joint, across the body. Remember, smaller movements or bigger movements, depending on how you feel. Nice flow to the movement. Counterbalance with the arms. Very good. And 3, 2, and 1. And out of that, side step. Again, depending on how much you worked there, you'll feel those legs. And as we side step, just relax. Start to cool the body now. Cool it down as we move and transition out of aerobic into our balance exercises. Okay, into a little march. Breathing relaxed. And shake those legs off. Fantastic. Okay, give those legs a shake, and then we're going to move into balance. So we're going to start off our balance with a little leg swing. Now you may want to hold a chair or a wall for this, but your movement is across the body. So you might tap, or you might need to tap both sides. I'll let you decide. Aiming for that swing, and then if you're feeling good with it, you're going to swing without having a stop down. But you stop down anytime you need. And you've got your chair in front or at the side, or even behind if you want something behind as you just practice that movement. Challenging yourself a little bit, obviously not to the point where you're going to feel yourself falling over. Okay, let's ease out of that side. Same on the other side. So we can swing across. Keep the eyes up if you can. And then obviously as you progress, you might do that without putting your foot down. But you may be holding on as you go. I'll let you decide. Whoop. And anytime you lose that balance, you just tap that foot down and reset and go again. Whoop. Okay, excellent, well done. Let's relax and ease ourselves out of that movement into our next movement, which is just going to be our heel-toe walking, which we'll do along the wall. So we get one foot in front of the other. Move this chair slightly. So there you're going to roll heel to toe. Hold in the wall as much as you need, or not at all. So you're doing it along the wall, or the back of a sofa, or the back of a line of chairs. As long as you feel confident, you've got enough there to support you. And then we can turn around to go back, or we can go backwards, which some people don't find any harder, some people actually find easier. We roll in toe to heel, toe to heel. And again, you're just holding on as much as you need, but not more, and we do that one more time. If you're finding it easy, you could take your hands above your head or on your head. Or if you're feeling really strong and confident, you could hold the wall a little or the chair, but close your eyes and feel the difference that makes. But be very careful if you're doing that you're not going to trip on anything. You're very clear space and you're confident in your abilities. Excellent. Last one there. And then ease out of that. Now we'll keep the chair nearby. So we did at the start our little step over and back. Now we're going to do the same again, but this time we're going to do it without putting our foot down if we can. So we come round and back, round and back. Now we've got the chair, or we've got something to balance if we need it. So it's just changing that range of movement. Now you might need to hold on a lot, or it might just be a fingertip, or it might be nothing at all. Just challenging yourself. So we bring that down, but not to the point where you feel really wobbly. It's quite a tricky one, that. Other side, same thing, round and back, round and back. Now I've got the chair for support. I'm going to try not to use it too much. So come round and back, but I do need it there a little bit. Sometimes you might, sometimes you might not. And keep those eyes looking up if you can. Belly button drawn to spine. Excellent. And relax. Give yourself a rest out of that one there. Fantastic. Okay, another balance one we're just going to do is side leg raise. So again, if you want the chair for support there, you got that. You're going to take soft knee on the standing leg and bring that leg to the side as you balance your whole body in a line. You're just going to hold that there. That might go a little more, might go a little less. You could try a little more. If it's easy for you, you could bring your arms up, or to help you balance, your arms to the side. So we come over, and then we bring ourselves back. Okay, let's do the other side. Again, you might want the chair for support, so you can just adjust yourself as you need. Knees soft on the ground. Bring yourself up. So the whole body is turning. So it's different from when we do that lateral leg raise where we keep the body upright. This is just a balance exercise to the side, but you'll feel your hips working. Now you've got that there, or if you want to really challenge yourself, but only if you feel you could bring them right up. That static hold, and then bring it down. Fantastic. Okay, one last balance exercise for now is we're just going to drop the weight to the knee, bring the other knee up. Let me change my angle here. So other knee is up, hand out in front, then to the side, and then behind if you can. And you've got the other hand just supporting as I need, middle, and then to the front. Excellent, bring that down. I'm going to switch. You don't necessarily have to switch, you can just change your angle and be front. I'm just doing it so you can see me. Okay, knee is up, get your balance. Hand out in front, to the side, and then behind. Just as much as you need, you've always got that chair there. To the side, to the front, and down. So there's clock arms as you move through different positions with your arms. Okay, let's move on to our strengthening exercises. We're going to start in the chair. We'll do our sit to stand, just as a good staple exercise that we can do and practice. So you want to come to the chair and make sure the chair you feel behind. Now you might want it against a wall here for confidence, as long as you make sure your chair is secure. Bottom back, bring yourself down. Now the feet width apart is variable depending on what you feel comfortable with. Narrower will be harder, and then wider, obviously, it makes it generally easier, but only to a point. So from here, we can do quite a strong push up, bring yourself up tall quickly, and then bottom back down slowly. Now you've got different hand positions. You can have your arms across if that's want to make it a little harder, or out in front if you want to just counterbalance a little more. Bottom back, spring up tall. Bottom back, spring up tall. Now, if that feels too much and that movement feels too jerky, coming up quickly like that, and you don't have good balance through your body, I want you to do a slower action. This is where you've got to sense for yourself what's going to support you the most. This is about building up the strength in the legs. Very important, the knees don't come forward, the bottom goes back. So the knees are not taking excess pressure. And from this movement, as you push up tall, you're using all those leg muscles and those glutes, those strong muscles in the body. How's your breathing? Excellent. Okay, last one here. We've done very well there. That's really about 15 times. Okay, let's give ourselves a little shake out of those legs. If that's become really easy for you, then you can challenge yourself by doing more and take it forward from there. We're going to grab our dumbbells next. So if you don't have dumbbells, as we always say, you can just adjust and use water bottles or tins of food. Or kind of anything that's kind of the shape that's got a little bit of weight to it. Something filled with sand you could even do, like bottles with sand. Okay, so we're going to start off nice simple arm curl, but we're going to turn the palms right out. And from this position, turn palms out, we bring the weight up. Slowly down. So turn the palms externally rotated, opening up a little bit more through the shoulders by doing that. Let's see if we can make that movement quite slow on the up, and then not too much faster on the down. So we're controlling the movement, we're building that strength in the muscles. Now if you find this movement really easy, then it just means you need to lift a heavier weight, which these muscles will generally be able to lift heavier weights than a lot of the other ones. Quite a strong ability in this movement. If you're finding it really strong, you could just go halfway and come back up if you're finding it too easy. Otherwise, you come right down. But that kind of movement about there is generally the hardest point, where you're working the hardest. Excellent. Fantastic there. Okay, let's ease ourselves out of that. We're going to keep the weight and we're going to do frontal raise. So from here we're up and then we can do all one side. So we're not alternating, just one side, arm up and down. Keep the head up, keep the chest up. Fantastic. So it's going to work these arm muscles. A little bit generally stronger movement this, not as strong muscles as the last one. So if you're using the same weight, you might feel it a little bit more. Remember to breathe and relax. Don't hold your breath at all. Make sure your knees aren't locked. Final one on this side. So we're loading that after having already done another arm exercise. So it does make it a little bit more challenging, but it's going to build that strength. Bringing it up and down. Nice strong hold through the midsection of your body as you do this. So you're holding good posture, open through the shoulders. Last one here. Excellent, fantastic. Okay, let's put this weight down and we're going to take ourselves to the back of the chair and we're going to do leg curls. So this is for the hamstrings. It's the back of the thigh. And again, we do all one side. The standing knee slightly soft. The knees stay close together and we curl that leg up. Now you can do this with ankle weights if you have them, but it's fine to do without. You're going to feel that muscle in the back of the leg. We would want to progress the weights as we went with this to make it more challenging. But for now, we can just practice getting through that movement. Now, if you notice my knees, I'm keeping them together, so I'm not drawing forward with my knee, which is the important part. Better to do a smaller movement and keep the knees together Then draw the knee forward to lift it high. Also, draw the belly button to spine if you feel any discomfort in your lower back. Pulling the belly button in is just going to support your back through this movement. Tall posture. Breathing is easy. One more on this side. Last one. Excellent. Bringing that down. Other side. And the next one. Now focus on your breath on this. Think about your stance. We're holding that, if we can, it's a few seconds each time, up to 5. If you're finding this easy, just hold it a little longer, but make sure you've got really good posture, good stance. And how's your breathing? Really important, we're not holding the breath on this. Working fairly well with these muscles. You can definitely feel those hamstrings and the calf muscles as well on this exercise. So these posterior chain muscles on the back of the body. I'm going to make this the last one here. And relax out of that. Give that a little loosen off. And then we're going to take our stance. So we're going to step with the back heel raised. So for some, this is already going to create a bit of balancing challenge. But then from here, we're bending the knees, pushing up tall. So this is our lunging action, down and up. So we've done this with the step forward earlier on. We're now doing this as a static drop of the back knee. So we want to avoid this knee forward position, which puts pressure on the knee. We're dropping the back knee down, raising the back knee up. Nice and simple. Nice and flowing. One more there. And switching to the other side. Same on the other side. Dropping and up. So everyone will be different in their flexibility. For some, going down to the floor is no problem at all. For others, it may just be a slight drop. Whatever way you do it, you're going to feel these leg muscles working. And it's important that no one feels pain in their knees. You may feel that if you have tight thighs or hips, so just work at your own level. Excellent. 2 to go. And bring that up here. Okay, ease out of that. And then from here, I'm going to stay at the side of the chair and do another leg strengthener. So we've done this one before, side leg raise. So knees soft on the standing leg. We bring that leg up. Toes stay facing forward and down. Same leg. So we do the same leg to fatigue it more. So we work on one side, then we switch. So we're going to build that strength more effectively. And you'll notice as well, you want to keep the rest of that upper body quite still as you do this. So there's not really a lean. There may be a tiny amount, but we're trying to avoid that. We want to try and isolate into this muscle here. And you'll feel, perhaps you might feel the standing leg working quite hard here. So there's a lot of balance and strengthening going on in both sides on this exercise. Okay, one more there, last one, before we switch legs. Okay, so switching to the other side. Again, you can have your chair in front, you won't need to move it. You can just have it supporting you, then we bring the other leg up. Again, I'll keep emphasizing the toes stay facing forward. We avoid turning the toes out, which is going to work this side of the leg most effectively. And that standing knee is slightly bent as well. How's your breathing going? Are you staying relaxed in that upper body? Keep the chest bone up, keep the eyes looking straight ahead. Feel the foot on the standing leg on the ground. Okay, last one coming up. Fantastic. Let's relax, ease out of that. So feel those hips working, those glute areas working. So let's do a little bit of stretching for that. We'll do with stretch, we actually combined a calf and hip stretch last week. So we start by just dropping the weight into that back heel. So we're stretching that lower leg, that calf muscle. The upper body's quite tall and relaxed. I'll bring my chair a little closer here. And sometimes it's just nice to have something to lean on there, but you don't need to. You can do it freestanding. So I'm focusing on pressing that back heel into the ground. I can hold it a little longer as I'm just going through the stretching at the end of the session while my muscles are warm. So it's fine and a good idea for a little bit longer hold. And then the other side. Though I don't think we need to hold it for too long. 20-25 seconds is fine. But everyone will feel different with it. So if it feels really good to stretch, then we want to do that. Now I've switched legs there. Back heel on the ground. Back leg's fairly straight. Bend in the front. You just, if you want to deepen the stretch, you bend and lean a little more. Okay, back to the first leg. So from here, the heel's in the ground, but then we raise the heel and drop the knee. So we let that leg hang heavy to stretch the hip. So this muscle here, the hip flexor, is stretching out. Now if you want to, you can bring your arm up for a little bit more of a stretch. See how you feel. Okay, and down. Other leg, so back, heel raised, drop the knee, feel that stretch in the hip, and then, if you wish, arm up, which you will find it just pulls on those muscles to stretch them a little deeper. So the muscles that attach onto the spine, on the front of the spine, down onto the front of the thigh. So hip flexor muscles. Let's bring that down and ease out of that. And then from here, I'm going to take our legs a little wider. And we can turn our toes on this side. And we're going to lean towards that side to stretch the inner thigh. Now, depending on your flexibility, you might need to have your feet closer. Or you may need your feet wider if you're very flexible. So everyone will be different there. But we're getting this stretch into the inner thigh. We want to think about belly button to spine on this. And we're tall in the upper body. And then we bring that in, turn the toe back in, turn the toe out on the other side and lean the other way. Now, it doesn't have to be as wide as I've got it there. You may have a narrower stance. Belly button to spine. Strong through here, tall and open through the upper body. Shoulders relaxed. Okay. Let's ease out of that. Let's go to a stretch of the back of the arm next. I'm going to push those arms up, so elbows being pushed up by the other arm, and you can either push from the front like so, or you can take your arm overhead like that. What you want to avoid doing is dropping the head forward. The back of the neck should stay long. Gently breathing. Fantastic. And you can just hold that a little bit and you'll feel that back of the arm, back of the shoulder stretching, then the other side. Starting point, pushing up. Either from the front, you stay there, or if you want to bring your arm overhead. The main thing is we're not dropping the head forward, back of the neck is long, crown of the head to the ceiling. How's your breathing? Nice and flowing. Relax it down. Roll the shoulders, palms forward, and then side stretch here. So we get good stretch down the side of the body. We want to create length from the base of the ribs to the waist on both sides. So we're not falling, collapsing inward. Always thinking chest bone raising up and open. Crown of the head to the ceiling. How is your breathing? Focusing on that gentle breath. Expanding through the body. Excellent. Let's ease out of that, roll the shoulders. Let's bring ourselves to seated position actually for the last couple of stretches. So feel the back of the chair. Remember, use that leg strength. And you can stay at the back of the chair first off here. We're just going to roll the shoulders and then drop the head to the side to stretch the side of the neck. So think about the ear towards the ceiling on this one. We're stretching with length through the body. Let that weight of the head just drop across and then bring it up slowly and across the other way. Ear towards the ceiling. Let that weight of the head drop across, keeping the rest of the body tall, and then bring the head up. Drop the chin down, chin to chest, gently breathe. And then bring the head up. And we'll finish the session there. So that is the end. Thank you very much, everyone. We'll see you next time.